Guys, welcome back to VP Reaction. I'm Vicky.
Peter here.
Welcome to our today's reaction episode, whereby you're back with a documentary of ZZ Top band that we've been doing a couple of their songs. So the title of our video today is ZZ Top Brief History of Music Icons. So we are going to find more about the band ZZ Top. So stick around with us to the end. This was shared to us by Dan. So thank you so much, Dan, for this interesting and amazing episode. So thank you so much, guys, for staying tuned as well.
And don't forget to subscribe, and to feature your favorite here, just check on our YouTube description. There is a Buy Me Coffee link for that. Besides that, there is a Patreon and an email for reaching us. So use that and enjoy together with us this episode.
ZZ Top are one of the original and longest rocking American blues trios.
There were three.
ZZ Top are the little old blues band from Texas who became very big indeed.
ZZ Top are a great boogie blues trio who don't take themselves too seriously.
Billy Gibbons was born William Frederick Gibbons in Houston, Texas on the 16th of December 1949.
His father was a concert pianist and an orchestra conductor. In fact, he was the conductor of the Houston Symphony Orchestra.
When he was very young, Billy Gibbons was actually a percussionist, and his parents encouraged this by sending him to New York to study with Tito Puente, who's, a very well-known jazz Latin percussionist.
In 1956, his mother apparently took him to see Elvis Presley, and he was hooked then. But he also had a housekeeper, and her name was Stella Matthews, and she was heavily into blues music. And this is where Billy first heard it. But Stella Matthews had a daughter who used to babysit Billy and his sister Pam. And as part of her babysitting duties, she would take Billy and Pam to juke joints in Houston's 4th Ward. And there, Billy, very, very young at the time, he saw a lot of the blues artists, people such as Jimmy Reed. And this was where he began.
Oh, wow. So their house manager played a very important role in influencing Billy Gibbons on his music.
Came steeped in the blues.
Gibbons' family relocated to Hollywood, where his father was actually working for MGM. And it was here at the age of 13 that Billy got his first guitar.
While he was at school, he started several bands. The Saints, Billy G and the Blue Flames, and the Coachmen.
The first serious band he formed in 1967, and that was the Moving Sidewalks, and that was a classic psychedelic garage band.
They had a #1 single in Houston, 99th Floor, which was heavily influenced by the 13th Floor Elevators, Rocky Erickson's very much out there Texas group.
We won't stop till we get to the 99th floor.
They met a guy called Bill Ham, and Bill Ham was a local promoter, and he became the manager of the Moving Sidewalks.
Bill Ham arranged for the Moving Sidewalks to open shows for Jimi Hendrix and The Doors before Tom Moore and...
At this time, their beards were kind of still growing. They started growing.
Yeah, but I think this is the first band Billy Gibbons formed. Yeah, before forming the ZZ Top. And you've seen they also had they were starting, but they also you've heard that they opened for Jimi Hendrix. Wow, that's a very
Don Summers were drafted into the army.
Billy Gibbons formed the first lineup of ZZ Top in 1969 with Dan Mitchell and Lanier Grieg, and this lineup released the first single, Salt Lick.
So the first band band was 1967, then 1969 he formed now the ZZ Top.
ZZ Top, yeah.
Okay, 2 years later, what happened to the other band?
It was released on Bill Ham's label, and because it sounded so authentically bluesy, Billy Gibbons' vocals are absolutely grizzled on this, then it opened the doors for them to support a lot of blues acts who were passing through.
After the release of Salt Lick, there was a bit of a lineup change with ZZ Top, which saw Frank Beard and Dusty Hill join the band, and they then became the long-standing members with Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top. ZZ Top's first 2 albums came out in 1971 and 1972. ZZ Top's first album followed by Rio Grande Mud, and neither of them really made any impact on the charts.
They'd signed to London Records very much on the strength that Bill Ham had told London Records that he had the new Rolling Stones.
And this was the beginning of the ZZ Top double entendre, which is something they became very famous for. This was kind of raunchy barroom blues combined with double entendre lyrics and a kind of southern boogie.
The album included the boogie-driven single La Grange, which was about the notorious Texas brothel, the Chicken Ranch.
They cast aside their
I think like Rage we did, we did the song.
essential derivative nature, and there became this very strange, twisted take on the blues. They were wittier, and musically they were a little bit more spring-heeled, and surprisingly, I think, they began to take off. This was a top 10 record.
It made them famous across America. It really was a breakthrough for them. In 1975, ZZ Top released the album Fandango, which is partly new studio tracks and partly recorded live on their Tres Hombre tour. And it was another top 10 album for them.
The single Tush peaked at number 20 in the Billboard Hot 100 and became a real favourite in their live set.
I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch.
Tush, in typical ZZ Top fashion, is named after an attractive woman's posterior. They realised that what they had, which was special to them, was this combination of kind of don't give a damn Texan humour, double entendre, irony, and sort of barroom bluesy rock and roll. So it wasn't ever a band that took themselves too seriously, and you weren't meant to take them seriously.
That's interesting, like you hadn't meant to take them seriously. Of course, if I just see Billy Gibbons, I'm like, okay, that statement makes sense.
ZZ Top released their 5th studio album, Tejas, in November 1976.
Tejas really marked the end of the first phase of ZZ Top. It only went to 17, and it had a couple of minor hits on it, but it was very much rehashing what had gone before.
They had the song It's Only Love, which was number 44, not huge, but it became something of a ZZ Top favourite.
She's trying to let me down as fast as she can. It's only love.
The band went on this incredible worldwide Texas tour where they took Texas to the world, in a way. They actually performed on a stage that was in the shape of the state of Texas.
They had snakes in cages, there was pigs, there was farmyard animals, and of course it lost an awful lot of money, even though it was one of the most spectacular shows of its era. And after
I would love to see that show because wow, interesting snakes, pigs.
that, I think they realised that they needed to recharge their creative batteries.
They decided to have a break. It was only meant to be for 90 days. Dusty Hill went to Mexico, Frank Beard went to Jamaica, Billy Gibbons went to Europe. They said that they are also extremely lazy men, and during that period they stopped doing anything, including shaving. When they came back after a 2-year break, where they
So you're asking like when they started like their BS journey. So this is the time when they went for a break. So
For 2 years when
they were
came
like
back.
too lazy even to shave.
When they came back,
Yeah.
Had really no contact with each other whatsoever. Dusty Hill and Billy Gibbons had these enormous beards. Well, of course, that became the trademark.
The irony is that Frank Beard, of course, remained clean-shaven.
After their hiatus, ZZ Top came back in 1979 and signed a new contract with Warner Brothers and released the album Duello, which actually went platinum and went to number 24 in the charts.
The ladies hurt your head. The first thing you do when you get up out of bed is hit that streets a running and try to beat the masses. Go get yourself some cheap sunglasses. Oh yeah.
It had cheap sunglasses, which is one of the absolute...
Chips and glasses. Wow, that sounds cool. I think we will jump into it.
ZZ Top classics, I Thank You, and a version of the old blues, Dust My Broom. So this was the last of the series of ZZ Top albums, which is sort of pure southern boogie rock and roll.
You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did, and I thank you.
I Thank You was their first top 40 hit since Tush, and it was a cover of the old Sam and Dave song, and it showed just how brilliantly ZZ Top could swing when the mood took them.
The album El Loco came out in 1981, and this is the first time we see ZZ Top experimenting with synths. It's got that kind of Tex-Mex sound to it.
I've got a girl, she lives across town. She's the one that really gets down when she boogie. She do the two-state boogie. Well, now boogie, little baby, boogie, boogie all night long.
They had Tube Snake Boogie, that was a big hit, about a surfboard, and it was very basic, very surf music meets blues music. And then there was Pearl Necklace, which was probably ZZ Top at their most filthy, and they never got censored. And they're often asked why, when you were making these quite vulgar single entendre songs, did the censors never get you? And their explanation, slightly tongue-in-cheek I think, was that they were so far down the alphabet that the censors just couldn't be bothered to get that far.
In 1982, ZZ Top entered Ardent Studios in Memphis, Tennessee, with their manager and producer Bill Ham.
They hit the mother lode with their next album, Eliminator. This was their most successful album to date.
It went to number 9 in the album charts. It sold more than 10 million copies, and it really made them a massive band.
Billy Gibbons had been listening to a lot of British synth pop. He'd been listening to people such as Depeche Mode. And although they toyed with synthesizers occasionally, they hit upon the idea of marrying very up-to-date, totally contemporary keyboards with the blues that they always had.
Looking sharp, looking for love. They come running just as fast as they can. 'Cause every girl crazy about a short dress man.
The riffs were really simple, but then they're bolstered by synths. And also you had the Ford Coupe on the cover, which became their symbol. And it was the MTV era. So suddenly they're having these big videos, and they were playing up to this kind of comic book image. It had the huge beards and the sunglasses and lots of sexy women in the videos.
Eliminator includes the tracks Gimme All Your Lovin', which is just classic ZZ Top, and also Legs, and both the videos for these end up on high rotation on MTV.
I think we've done most of the song in that album. And then the guitar.
Gimme All Your Loving, Sharp Dressed Man, and Legs
Sharp Dressed
were
Man.
part of a
We've done Give Me All Your Love in Sharp Dressed Man and Legs. Both the three.
video trilogy, which solidified ZZ Top's status as being major players on MTV. They had the same kind of fantasy approach. They had women, they had the Eliminator car, they had the ZZ Top keychain too. So they were all linked. And these 3 singles became the big hits off Eliminator. And Legs was their first top 10 single.
Their follow-up album to Eliminator, Afterburner, charted at number 4.
Its two singles, Stages and Sleeping Bag, both went to number 1 on the mainstream rock charts.
Sleeping Bag went to number 8 in the United States, and it was heavily influenced by a vacation which Billy Gibbons and Dusty Hill had taken to Egypt. And there's a lot of Egyptian mythology in that song, but also they were trying to go back to the original Memphis, which of course is in Egypt, and they were trying to compare that, the Egyptian Memphis, with the American Memphis.
It continued their huge success, and it continued the same formula as well. They're really pop songs, they're fun pop songs, but they're played with riffs and they're growled, and they've still got very much a southern feel.
They won an MTV award for Best Choreography for Velcro Fly, which was the weirdest music
The best choreography, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
that they'd been
Look at
for
that.
many years. So they were still trying to be a little bit different within their very broad framework.
ZZ Top released their 10th studio album, Recycler, in 1990.
They returned to their basic blues sounds and dropped the synthesizer.
This rather alienated the new audience that the previous two albums had brought them. So it was quite, I think, frustrating for everyone, and it would prove to be their last album with Warner's. And I think this record marked the end of the second phase of ZZ Top.
On Recycler, you've got the track Double Back, which actually features in the film Back to the Future Part 3. And ZZ Top have a cameo in the film, kind of playing hillbillies as they perform the track.
Oh, they performed.
Huh?
They performed Hillbillies.
Yeah.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Okay.
You have not
I've just heard that, right?
Yeah, listen to this.
Hillbillies as they...
Yeah.
And ZZ Top have a cameo in the film, kind of playing hillbillies as they perform the track.
Wow.
So the track that you are listening was performed by ZZ Top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a man on a culture.
Oh.
There is a man on a culture. That one.
Okay. I know that.
Gotta face the facts. And just a kid crushing, doing things she acts.
The lead single from it, Pincushion, went to number 1 in the mainstream rock charts.
With Mean came out in '96, and this was back to basics blues rock. This was get away from the synthesizers and return to what we do best. It was a moderate success, but then came XXX.
XXX, which was meant to be a celebration of 30 years of ZZ Top, only went to number 100 in the American charts. This was a massive come down, and although Jeff Beck was on the record, the problem there was that the songs just weren't as good as they'd been. There was a sense that they were coasting and that their best work was behind them now.
ZZ Top released their final album for RCA in 2003 called Mescalero, which went to 24 in the album charts.
There was a hint of Tex-Mex, which all three members of the group, of course, had grown up with. There was also slight country stylings.
You only got one good way to go. Get naked. Buck naked. Buck naked. It's the only way to go.
Okay.
It's got all these different instruments on
You
it.
have to make it. It's the only way to go.
It's got marimba and pedal steel and harmonica and accordion.
Marimba.
And it's got this very rich, because Tex-Mex music is a rich genre of its own. And of course, ZZ Top are Texans. So they would have grown up with this music, they've been surrounded by it.
They covered As Time Goes By on that record too. And it was hardly a rebirth, but it was a restatement that things weren't quite over for ZZ Top yet.
In 2004, ZZ Top were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by Keith Richards.
Wow! Like after how many years? Like from 1969 to now 2004. Wow.
But they deserve it.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
La Futura came out in 2012 and it was produced by Rick Rubin, who has form in taking rock legends and blues legends, country legends, and taking them somewhere new.
He definitely made a change in their musical direction. It was far leaner and it actually embraced rap and hip hop elements within it.
25 lighters on my dresser, yes sir. You know I got to get paid.
I Got to Get Paid was a cover version, really, of a 90s rap song by DJ DMD, a song called 25 Lighters. So this is a very unusual choice.
Break the bank, 25 more.
It merged old-style ZZ Top with very unusual new sounds. And bizarrely, it didn't sound contrived at all. It sounded like a band who were rediscovering themselves.
The track Flying High was actually premiered on the Soyuz spacecraft on a launch to the International Space Station because one of the astronauts was a huge ZZ Top fan.
ZZ Top's legacy is pretty substantial.
Yeah.
They've got the blues, but they've taken it to different places. They showed that you can have fun with the blues and that you can make this very old music and still sound contemporary.
I think the legacy of ZZ Top is in how much fun they have with music. They are, kind of reverential to their roots and to blues and rock, but also they have a lot of fun with it. There's innuendo, there's kind of a bit of comedy in that. They show that you can have a lot
I think she's right to say that there's a bit of comedy there. Of course.
of fun being in a band, and those songs are testament to that.
That has been the ZZ Top history.
Wow.
Just a brief history.
Yeah, but what I've really like, I'm proud of them. Like they have they took the band like to the next level.
Yeah, even
Imagine like
music
from
itself.
the 60s to the 2000s.
And 12, the last La Future that
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
released 2012.
2012.
Yeah, and I think they have transited to a different generation,
Eras of
eras,
music,
centuries, and also bring the old vibe
Exactly.
to sounding like a new vibe.
Exactly. And then the blows in them. Wow.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
all the songs our narrator has been mentioning, we have done, I think, 80% of it. Thanks to Dan for sharing this. I think we are much privileged.
Exactly. And now the band makes sense now.
Yeah, and it's
After,
a trio now. It's that three.
Exactly. And I'm so happy that at least they were inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like after being together for all that long, of course they had a little break, but for 2 years, that's quite understandable.
And that was for the beard spread. Break.
And remember that time they mentioned that they had no contact with each other. So imagine having no contact with the people, like you've been producing music together, performing together, and then now after some time you now come back and you come strong and good
And look alike.
Yeah, with beards and like you didn't tell each other.
Wow.
So that is
Amazing.
interesting. Yeah.
This is much amazing.
Exactly.
Like it, share any of information that you know, and it was left aside, or maybe a correction you can make it stand corrected. Subscribe to be enjoying this each and every day.
Exactly. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. See you soon. Bye bye.